They say it takes 43 muscles for you to frown and 17 muscles for you to smile. Well, according to my internet research, it's not quite true because there was not a single scientist who would ever confirm that. You may agree with me though that smile is the easiest skill you can learn and perhaps the most powerful as well. My name is Petra, and in this video I'm going to talk about basic customer service skills. We're going to cover 5 areas which I believe are extremely important for you to learn in order to deliver exceptional customer service. We're going to talk about self-assessment or self-analysis. We want to know what we know and we want to know what we need to improve. And at the end, I'm just going to share a tip on what book I've been reading and which really helped me to improve my own customer service skills. Let's start with a really important question. What customer service is? What does it really mean to us? There are so many definitions on the internet, and one of them could be that it's providing assistance or advice to customers who would like to purchase a product or service from us. That's quite generic. What really helps me when I'm trying to improve my skills or work on my own personal development is that I create my own definition. It helps me to understand the purpose and also what I want to achieve. So my definition and my understanding is that customer service is about building relationships. It's about creating memorable and meaningful experience. It's about being polite and respectful. And also, most of all, it's that I want the client to come back in the future. I want to have a returning clients. I want them to come back to buy again and have that loyal customers. So all of this may depend on the 5 areas which we need to master. And the first is acknowledgement. Then we have first impression, listening and communication skills, helpful approach, good manners, and lastly, we need to remove any judgments. Let's pretend that I'm a receptionist. I can be a hotel receptionist. So in logical order, we're gonna discuss each and we're gonna memorize it better, hopefully. So I sit at the front desk and there is a customer approaching the front desk. What do I need to do? I need to acknowledge them, of course. So it could be eye contact. It could be a smile. Sometimes the front desk are ridiculously huge that all they can see is this part of you. So you may want to stand up. Once you give them a warm welcome, you work on your first impression. So for me, for somebody who is recording themselves for the very first time, I've read that I have about 8 to 10 seconds to grab your attention. If you are watching until now, that means that I must have done pretty well. So thank you for watching. For a receptionist, it takes a little longer. That's a really big advantage that they don't have 15 seconds to create a really good impression. So, but for both, the challenge for both, as for a YouTuber or for a receptionist, is that they have only one chance to create a good impression, so they better do it right. The first impression could be also what you're wearing and whether the lipstick is all over your face, whether your hair is too messy or not, and how you present the business and how professional you are, body language. You may really want to master all those. So once you start making contact with your customers, they really have an impression that you are the professional there. So once we're gonna move on to the next area, which is listening and communication skills. So we are perhaps going to find out what the customer why the customer approached to us. It could be because they are checking in or they want to know where the local restaurant is, for various reasons. Ideally, we always want to let them finish their sentence and not be interrupting them in the middle, assuming we know how they want to end the sentence. Then we're gonna work on our communication skills. Once we know what they've asked, we're gonna formulate our answer. Always use formal language. Avoid expressions such as cool, you're right with that, and anything that could really be too friendly and not professional. It doesn't create a good image. So what we also want to pay attention to is the speed. You may not want to talk too fast if you're speaking to somebody whose English is not their first language. Try to articulate. It might help them to understand what you're saying. And try to avoid as well mumbling. That's why we are going to articulate, of course. That would be our communication skills. The next, what we're going to focus on is helpful approach. It's always difficult to have answer to everything. And, you know, we don't need to know answer to everything as long as we know where to find out the answer. So if your conversation with the clients ends always, I don't know, sorry, there is nothing I can do, it does not really create welcoming atmosphere, and it does not send the message that you would like the customer to come back. What it really means, or what really matters, is how you are going to deal with the situation when you don't know the answer. You may tell them next step you're gonna take. Okay, very good question, thank you. I'm gonna find out for you. I need to speak to my line manager, blah blah. And you are going to go that extra mile to give them the answer. If they need it immediately, you may want to just go and find your line manager and help you with the answer, or you can take their contact details and email address to get back to them later. This is really important when it comes to customer service, that you are always helpful and you want to go beyond and above to provide exceptional service. Once we've got that, we're gonna move on to good manners. This sounds pretty straightforward, but some actually may still keep forgetting that. Good manners, it's about being respectful and polite. So it's just everything that they've been teaching at their school. Thank you, please, and really being respectful. Okay, so you need to be patient as well. The client might just have a speech problems, or they might just not be so clear when they are trying to express themselves. Good manners are extremely important because they are a very important part of your image. And don't forget that you're representing the business and you want to create a really good impression. One of the really interesting ones is try to learn not to being judgmental. Now, human beings love being judgmental and having opinions on others. Imagine that the customer who come to the front desk is wearing a ridiculous hat, and also everything you say they don't understand. So you've been trying to change the explanation, you've been trying to changing the words you've used, but they still don't understand what you're trying to tell them. So at the first opportunity, you turn to your colleague and say, oh my god, this lady is absolutely stupid and is wearing a ridiculous hat. Try to avoid being judgmental. I mean, definitely in front of the customer, but even behind their back, because it does not really help you to become professional. The judgment, it's not your place to be judgmental. Your place is to be professional. And it makes it much harder for you to be professional if you're dealing with a customer and thinking that they are ridiculous or stupid and they will never understand that. What your role is to help them to understand, and you need to think how. Your role is to keep them happy, sort of satisfied. Not to give them exactly what they need if you sometimes cannot do that, but go extra mile and show them that you care. There are tons and tons of products, and customers may just easily decide to go elsewhere. Let's work on the self-analysis. You perhaps want to know what you already know. So write it down and don't be humble. Just write down everything you feel very confident at. There might be tons and tons of areas you're very good at. And at the same time, be honest when it coming to identifying where you need to improve. It only helps you to master your skills and become stronger. And don't forget to be educating yourself. Watching more YouTube videos or doing research online, etc., etc. There is a book I can recommend to you. I was talking about at the beginning that I was gonna do. It's customer service training, and it's been brilliant because it's very comprehensive, and it's going to help you and give you amazing understanding what customer service is, and step by step how you can become stronger. Also, you should be talking to your line manager and ask them for constructive feedback. If someone gives you constructive feedback, it's a really good opportunity for you to think how you can improve, how you can do better next time. Try to think about situations you would maybe want to deal with differently. Write them down and try to think about the answer, and you can discuss it with your line manager. Sometimes also you can ask them to see whether there would be any possibilities for you to receive extra additional training on customer service. There are many ways you can do for you to work on your personal development. So I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Please subscribe below if you would like to keep an eye on more videos like this. Write a comment or like the video if you'd like. Thank you so much again, and I hope to see you soon.